Hello there and welcome to a tutorial that's very special to me. The Black Legion brought me back to Warhammer 40k back in 2017-ish, and I would love to share my painting recipe with you. As by now my overall main faction is the entire range of the Slaves to Darkness, I am quite familiar with painting black armor that's having a golden trim, which is in my opinion not only the best looking but also the most iconic color combination. Even my guitar looks like it, to be honest. And it's very easy to recreate. We need Black Legion, Wolf Grey, Pro Acrylic Bronze, Light Bronze and Silver. Also Gory and Wild Rider Red, as well as Dark Rust, Reikland Fleshshade and a black Game Wash. Shockingly, we start with the Black Prime Mini, and more shockingly we are painting the entire miniature with the Black Legion contrast again, because Black Legion contrast has a different finish that we want to have. Once the mini is dry, we can see where we should place the highlights when we are holding it near a light source. If you like to, you can take a picture at this point. I am always way too lazy for this and I just remember where to place the highlights, which is also a skill you earn by doing it repetitively and doing it wrong sometimes. We start mixing a bit Wolf Grey into the mix and paint the highlights where the sun would touch them naturally and create this non-metallic metal-like effect. I over-exaggerate in this video by purpose, like I would paint a hero miniature just to sell the effect. We definitely don't need these brutal contrasts on every miniature. Once we've marked the areas where we want to place the highlights, we can use them to build up the contrast a bit more by adding more and more Wolf Grey into the mix, as always getting brighter the further up we get. If it's getting a bit too bright for your taste, no problem at all, we just add some water and darken it down with Black Legion contrast again. This really is the beauty of just painting with two colors. The color matching is pretty easy. If you want to create some micro scratches, you can add them here right now. Also, if you like this tutorial, you can like it right now and subscribe to this channel. I know this was pretty shameless, but it helps me and helps the YouTube algorithm, and it's very easy to do. But now let's get on the golden trim and overall metallics. And by the way, you should use a dry palette for this, as these metallic pigments can really ruin was absolutely the word I wanted to use here, your sponge in the wet palette. I personally love the Pro Acrylic metallic paints as they have such an amazing coverage. I just mix them with a tiny amount of water, just enough so that the paint flows good from the brush, but still owns his properties. Keep in mind that less is better here, because we don't want the metallic pigments to be splitting apart from each other. The paint should still look like it's supposed to, and it should not be broken up into its components. Painting the bolter parts with silver. The leathers are painted with dark rust and we mix a bit of wolf grey in there to create a bit of edge highlighting and texture. Paint the lenses on his helmet and the fabrics with gory red. We maybe need 2 coats here, should have really said 2 thin coats for the memes, as gory red over black doesn't cover that well. And while the red dries, we shade the bronze trim with a tiny bit of Reikland Fleshshade. We don't really need that much because we just wanted to have this reddish tint. Coming back to the red again, we are adding a bit of Wild Rider red in the mix for the fabric and the eyes. I like to paint some dots and scratches onto the fabrics to create a bit of texture and visual interest. A tiny bit of wolf grey for the lenses so it looks a little pinkish, just to make it look different and not like the fabric. For the last step we are edge highlighting the golden trim. We can use an older brush for this when we want it to look a bit worn down by time. We can brighten up the trim at the same place where we brighten up the black armor so it looks coherent. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you liked this little different approach to the Black Legion. If you have any suggestions or critique, just let me know, as I'm always trying to improve and make better content. Until then, we see each other in the next one.